Hey, Jared.
Hey, Josh.
Why do Europeans love nude sunbathing so much?
Man, they really do. And good on them for it. I don't know. Europeans just like to be free in every aspect of themselves. Why?
That's kind of along the lines, yeah. Because apparently SPF 50 is no match for freedom.
Yeah. That's
or in
right.
your case, SPF 100.
It is 100. That's what I use. Yep.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time Film, a podcast where we discuss a director's filmography in chronological order, covering one film per episode. And if you're just tuning in, it's not radio, but if you just came across this, we are starting a new director this week.
Great time to tune in.
Yeah, to tune in.
If you're, what's the modern word for that now? Like for if you just see something on TikTok or YouTube, you're not tuning into a station.
Scrolling by.
Yeah.
Thumbing through.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, what is it?
It's just what your eye catches now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we need a modern word for that, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, if you know, let us
leave
know.
a comment.
Leave a comment or email us at feedback@screentimepod.com.
Yeah.
But Jared, to be a genius is to be unruled, but to be unruled is to be alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you are new or you've been here a while, my name is Josh and this is my co-host Jared.
Human evolution in the key of C. Also, Josh, I acknowledge and deal with the crap that goes on in my head.
It's good that you do that.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
Important.
Some people don't.
Oh, yeah.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
All right. So today we're kicking off coverage of Luca.
You got it?
Guadagnino? You don't say the G, right?
Guadagnino.
Yeah, Guadagnino. Nino.
Yeah. Although maybe not because it's Italian. That would be like, no, it's similar. I think it's Nino. Yeah. Guadagnino.
Yeah. And with his first English film, feature film, A Bigger Splash. This came out in 2015. It's rated R, 2 hours and 5 minutes. A famous rock star's vacation in Italy with her boyfriend is disrupted by an unexpected visit of an old friend and his daughter. This film is directed by Luca, written by David Ganagish. I don't know the name.
Good.
Yeah, I have no idea. Cinematographer is York Lissow. York, yeah. Worked on the miniseries Irma Vep and the most recent Little Women.
Yep, that's the two things I had down. Because everything else was just... But both of those looked great.
Yes. I didn't watch all that show. I watched a couple episodes, but...
Yeah, I never finished it, but I liked it. Irma Vep. It's a very niche show.
Yeah. Composer didn't have anything down.
No, I couldn't find anything. No composer credited.
Yeah. Is it because was there not any score and it was just needle drop? Because I knew there was needle drops in there, but...
No, yeah, there were score at a few sections.
Yeah, okay. I thought there was, but then I'm like, maybe I'm remembering wrong. And
yeah. No, there is, because I have some notes
so
about it.
I didn't look till after, and then I'm like, what? And then I was trying to remember.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything. Like, I looked on IMDb like always, but then I just Googled it also and see if I couldn't find anything. So.
All right. Production costs. What do you think?
It's got to be pretty small for this. I'm going to go 20 million.
2.1.
Oh, man. That's amazing. That's awesome. Especially for only 10 years ago, too. Nice.
Yeah. Of course, no.
Bless you.
Thanks. I'm really careful.
So no Oscar?
No Oscar nominations or wins.
Okay.
For our cast, we just have the small cast here. We got Tilda Swinton, Matthias Schoenaerts. I don't know. He's the only person I wasn't familiar with. And then
same.
Ralph Fiennes, and then Dakota Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So,
our favorite actor, Dakota Johnson.
It's so weird. Like I, from an acting standpoint, I know, like it's like I never think she's like, oh, that was a fantastic performance.
No,
but also like I like seeing her in movies.
Yeah,
and it's like it's not a, I don't know. She's kind of this weird like,
she just doesn't feel natural.
Yeah, there's always like awkwardness. Yeah, there's always like an awkwardness there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you think of this film?
So, well,
assuming you've not seen this before.
Yeah, I was going to say, neither one of us.
Yeah, neither of us have
seen this before. I don't think I even heard of it.
Same.
Which I think pretty much the rest of them that we're going to cover, I've at least heard of or I've seen before. But, well, first of all, I think this film is made for you and I because it's about a musician and a filmmaker, which I was like, that's sick.
Right.
Or I guess, well, even more specifically, like a documentary filmmaker.
Yes.
Which is cool. It's a pretty emotional journey for all the characters, which I liked. And it's just like a lot of artists just like hanging out in Italy, and which is cool. And like it made me actually like I was thinking like I would like to be here and do this. Yeah, I really liked the film. I thought it was good. What'd you think?
Cool. Yeah, I mildly enjoyed it. Is what I
Mildly, okay.
Mildly enjoyed it. Like it's not. I did enjoy it, but it wasn't like I really liked
okay.
it. Like it just never quite hooked me completely. Thought the performances overall were good, other than as already mentioned, Dakota Johnson always feels just out of place in whatever she's in.
Yes,
which is like weird. And then and then it felt a little slow at times, like some of the stuff. But
yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. And then
Ralph Fiennes though, or Fiennes, I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you say his last name? I think he's so good in this, but he's so good in everything.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. He's fantastic. And Tilda Swinton's great too.
Yeah.
The other guy's good.
He's all right. Yeah.
But
yeah, I've never seen him in anything.
Matthias. Yeah.
Okay. So overall, I think I liked it a little more than you.
Probably sounds like. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's just get into stuff we liked or didn't like in this. Yeah. I will say, I want to just, this is kind of a general, but I think, and this is just going off of, because the only other film I've seen that he's done is Challengers.
Right.
But like in this, in between those two, I think he does, this director definitely handles like sexual tension very well, like because he's able to, the nuance of that in this film is, and then also Challengers was
it's like, the whole movie.
Yeah, like the whole movie. So
yeah. Honestly, a lot of his films are like that.
But it's interesting to see, like, because I mean, obviously, I don't want to say obvious, like you said, the whole movie, and like it's, I think, at a different level in Challengers than this, but I think he's still done well here. But you can see, like, he's progressing, growing in that, and like the play in that area, I guess. And then if you said to some of the other ones are that way, then, but it was just something in notes because that was the only other film I have a reference that he's made. But
yeah, I think it's kind of his thing. It seems is like, you hear the term like erotic thriller, like there is like an element of like eroticism in all of his films. It seems Like it's something he likes to add to whatever story or whatever film he's doing. This isn't a thriller necessarily, but definitely I think I would categorize at least everything I've seen of his so far have that type of, I guess, genre. Yeah, and everything I've seen of his. So he definitely likes doing that with his characters.
Cool.
And I agree, he does it well. Yeah.
So the opening just sequence is interesting. I think in retrospect, when I first watched it, I was like, okay, this is like, I was like, why are we following these people? Like, kind of just, it's kind of almost boring. But then after, as things progress and where things end, at the end, like the chaos that kind of ensues in the middle, and then in the second act and like third act, kind of, really, kind of then makes that important, right? Like to see like their life momentarily before this guy comes back into their life. Well,
yes.
this and his daughter.
Yep.
Quote unquote daughter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then in retrospect, I think it was key to have that in that opening to kind of set the calm stillness, kind of chill vibes that they had before these people showed up.
Yeah. No, yeah, this guy that comes definitely brings a lot with him. Yeah, no, I agree, because the beginning is basically them, driving and flying to Italy, and then the way where the film ends is that same kind of thing, which is cool. So yeah, it is a nice way to kind of complete the film, starting both in that way, starting and ending that way. So the few times we go to flashbacks, this is it made me think of you, because I think you've mentioned this before, how like using a visual element to portray that is always the best way to do. Not like, unless you really have to, like you don't need to say like, oh, put text up on the screen, right? And in this, the color grading is different. That's all we need. And I think it's a great way to do it. So I'm assuming you noticed that with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think, that's, if you can do something like that where it's just subtle and is recognizable.
Because I mean, I understood right away. Like I wasn't confused.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I just have a note about, basically Ralph Fiennes' character showing up for Harry.
Yeah.
And just the kind of charisma and chaos that he kind of brings there.
It's a good way to describe him. Charismatic and chaotic. Yes. I think
and then go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, and then he introduces her as his daughter.
Yep.
And then like immediately there's like this weird like flirtiness between them, and you're like, what is she? And then I mean from what it seemed like, and I don't say the film ever 100% confirms this is truth, but like theoretically she's his daughter is what but then it's a daughter that he didn't know and just met her like a year prior, and then she's along, so it's like, because so we don't know for sure.
No, we don't. No, that's perfect that you said that, because this is exactly what I was gonna mention. Next note of mine is the dynamic between Harry and Penelope, is his daughter.
Dakota Johnson's character.
Yeah. And I think that was one of the most compelling things of this film, I thought. especially when he recognizes, um, well, him saying, I think to Tilda Swinton was her name in this. That's what that one I forgot.
Give me 1 second. Marianne.
Marianne. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he mentions to her and says that he only met his daughter a year ago, and then the scene in particular that I liked the best was when he admits to her that he finds her sexually attractive. Also, like he finally says that too, even after we already see him doing, the way he interacts with her before that. You already are like, okay, something, to your point, something's going on.
But then he admits that, like, he's like, I have to wrestle with and deal with that myself, and because it's my daughter. Like,
but then
she's late. But then to my point is, like, later she's like, I might make him do a paternity test.
Right. Yeah. So we don't know.
Is that because she was interested in him? She wants to do that to find it. Because if he's not, then she, like it's like,
I don't know.
Why does she care otherwise?
I don't know, because Penelope, she's also an interesting character in this because her motivations or anything about her is just like we have no idea, even at the end.
Yeah, it's just freeloading. I think it's enjoying it.
I mean, she says how much she enjoyed the time there, but
then
we don't really get a lot of like what's going on in her head.
No,
in this film.
Yeah, but then I guess she was ready to leave. I guess because she, quote unquote, like managed to conquer the guy or whatever.
So that's also unclear.
Yeah,
we didn't see them.
Yeah, did you see
like they? Because I mean they were off together for a while.
Acting, and the way he's acting.
Yes, then he was acting very different when they came back. Yeah, but that's also unclear, and then that kind of like sparks the whole ending. When he comes back, he's acting different, and then him and Harry, start to talk, and then that escalates.
Yeah. Well, so we know we're jumping around, which is fine. So that was one of the things that like it escalates, but still it wasn't believable to me that like he could choke him out. That it like.
It wasn't that it wasn't believable in my opinion, but it was just like it didn't make sense, like why he would just want to kill him in that moment. Like it's just like I don't know. Like I don't think you'd be that angry that like. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's happened countless number of times over the similar thing. But I mean, at the same time, now that I'm talking through it, you see how much he has to deal with how he is toward his girlfriend. They're not married, right?
I think you're right.
But it seems like they've been together a while.
Yeah, for like, as they said, like she was with Harry for whatever it was, 6 or 7 years, and then she's been with. Right.
Well, that's another like aspect of it too, is that they were together before, her and Harry. But then, like, from the time he shows up all the way to that point with their confrontation, he just has to deal with, like, he just sees how Harry and her are interacting the whole time. So it definitely is
they're
like...
all flirting both ways.
Right, like, but that's, like, definitely...
And then a little bit of, like, I feel like Harry's, even half the reason he's got Penelope there is to try to make Marianne jealous. And then of course...
Well, you also get that moment... pretty early on where Harry brings that other girl that's only in it for like very briefly, and then she's getting enough of his attention to where Marianne is definitely getting jealous immediately, because then she knocks something over or like on purpose to like get his attention. So so there's a lot of that. All that kind of stuff is like, I think, what makes this film like entertaining and interesting. And to your point, I think Luca does that very well. Yeah. Sexual tension, / erotic elements that he puts in his films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because even with, there's that tension between them, and then they finally, well, Harry and Marianne, like, finally, like, start to hook up or whatever, and then
they start to have sex, but then
and it's like, and it's almost like,
I don't remember what she says to him.
But it's like, I feel like it's almost it's like not even who she is anymore, but then like he brings this like old person out, like she's like changed and grown in some ways, but then like there's this old version that's like underlying that he brings out in her that like and she, I don't think she even likes that version of herself. Like, it doesn't seem, because then she gets pretty, like, just kind of not happy with when that day even starts to happen. But yeah,
definitely.
And then
I only have one more note, but I don't know if do you have anything else?
I mean, I guess like I was just going about the quote, like I think that I used, like I guess that it kind of implies for, I think, what both Harry and Marianne, like, it's kind of like you're almost, if you're too much of a genius, like you can never truly be like close to anyone, and and you end up like kind of alone.
Yeah,
but because it was weird, like even her relationship with Paul, like it seemed fine, but also just he's there taking care of her, and she's just kind of like, whatever, like.
Yeah, I mean, also pretty interesting aspect to where, she barely talks in the film, which I guess is kind of like the main reason why they take this trip, right? For her to get away because she needs
from her surgery and stuff.
Yeah. So,
the police after, so Harry gets drowned in the pool.
Yeah.
So he's dead. So then the police show up. These police, like, I guess it was funny because I was like, oh, now it's going to be an investigation, and then it really wasn't.
No.
They were just there, and then like when they finally, that scene where they pull him over, and you think, oh, they're gonna want to talk to Paul, right? Paul.
That was a great
and then he's just like, he wants the autograph.
Really
he wants her autograph, and I thought that was really clever. And so
kind of weird. I was wondering that, like, is this how Italian police are? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's just a choice of like but it's almost like then, it's like you didn't even really need them in the story. Then, like, if it was just like,
no. Also, I was wondering why, like, they had to wait forever to like drain the pool, but like, can you just like get the body out? Like, why did they need to drain the whole pool?
I guess the evidence. I don't know.
Because it's not
it
like,
might be what you do. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just weird. Like, it's like they ended up draining the whole pool.
Well, no.
So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it might be protocol. I don't know.
Yeah.
So my last thing is one of my other favorite scenes is Harry telling the story of when he was producing a Rolling Stones song, puts on that record, and then proceeds to tear up the dance floor. And that whole scene, that was just great. And that story was great. It was also interesting to see then a little bit later, one of the flashbacks is him actually, like, it seems like he was producing Marianne's songs, or at least like, I don't know if all of them, like if he was always like her.
No, I think it implied that that's where like, how they met. Like
that's what
he kind of helped to make her famous, and then they dated for 6 years or whatever it was, and then then he introduced her to Paul.
Yep.
And then, which is also another dynamic of the tension between those two guys.
Yeah.
And then I guess, we never see it played out in the film, but like they do make a comment about like he would sleep with even Paul.
Yep.
But we don't see him. They don't really lean into the tension there as much, and you don't see him with any other men.
Nope.
But yeah.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
His kind of character does seem like he's just like he's into everyone.
Yeah. So what'd you think of the ending where you don't really get a resolution or like even justice? Like I was talking about, like the police, it kind of was pointless.
Right. I didn't mind it for this type of film. It's just kind of like you're there hanging out with these, like I said, these artists in Italy. And yeah, their relationship dynamics, sexual tension, all that you mentioned. So like, I think it's just like a period of time of them being there. Now, obviously, because of Paul killing Harry, that changed a lot of things and they have to leave, but I didn't mind the way it ended. Like I still like I said, like when the film was over, I was like, oh, I actually really like that. Just overall as a film, that was good. So yeah, didn't mind it. And again, I like the we already talked about it. I like the misdirect where he just wanted her autograph, stopped her at the end. And you can see Paul there like freaking. Although he never freaks out as much as I feel like he should have been.
Just like, I think he's just that way he portrays his personality. He's pretty just like whatever.
That's true.
But yeah.
What'd you think of that, dude?
No, I think it's just that, like I said at the beginning from the ending, like you said, full circle, but also full circle from like where they, not where they are, because it definitely changed, but like now they're back to just being the two of them there at this house, and it's just like, okay, but like, and the chaos is gone, but then there's the aftermath or the consequences of that chaos that they have to deal with, which is, Paul killing somebody, killing Harry.
Yeah.
Harry's dead, and which obviously Marianne, even if he was not like, if he was like a toxic person, so to speak, in her life, she still cared about him, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And so it was really upsetting, and so dealing with that. And then of course I would assume, to kind of maybe imply that, she kind of knew that like let's assume he slept with Penelope, Paul did.
Yep.
And which was, I think, pretty strongly implied, and she could tell. And I think it was probably the first time he did something like that, because as much as she was probably a little more free, and he was just kind of cool with that, like he was never that way.
No.
And then like, so it seemed to bother her too, that.
Definitely. And so two things that I also liked about the ending is, because that just reminded me, finding out that Penelope is actually 17, so she's underage. And then, because she said she was like 22 or something. Yeah. And then in the airport, I thought this was great too, because this is also to the point I was talking about, like, we don't really know, we can't really like understand Penelope at all, like what her motivations are, like at all. And I like the scene where Marianne is just like, she's trying to figure her out, and I can't remember the word she uses, but she's like, you like seeing people suffer or something, she says to her. And she's just like angry and frustrated. It's like right before then she walks away from them. But I really like that scene too, because obviously Marianne's just sad, frustrated, angry, all those things anyways because of what just happened. But then she's like taking a lot out on Penelope for many different reasons. But yeah, we don't really know anything about her. She just comes and goes. Could potentially be an issue though if Paul really did sleep with her though, if she's 17.
They're in Europe. It's good.
Yeah, sure. I guess that's yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it is in Italy. I don't know what's
the laws are. All right. Good on that, and get into some notes on the cinematography. So, I think, good choice of it also feeling very like almost documentary style lighting. Like it just to be very natural.
Yeah. It seemed that way. Yeah. I was curious about that.
Yeah. I mean, if they might have been using some bounces and stuff, but like they weren't using any artificial lighting. It seemed that way, best I could tell. And I think overall, it's a good choice. I mean, there's a couple times where I noticed it was a little like overexposed, maybe in the background a little bit, just again because they're just working with what they got.
Yeah.
I think the color palette, obviously just that warm. I don't say like Tuscany, even though they weren't Tuscany, but like it, but like that feel, like just definitely works well. This kind of,
and then it's definitely, you're right, definitely warmer because the flashbacks definitely way cooler.
Yep.
With the color tone. I don't know exactly what all they were doing, but that was definitely the big drastic difference I noticed. Also, speaking of color grade, this is one thing I thought was cool. Color grade's changing when we're seeing at the beginning through Paul's POV with his glasses on. He takes them off.
Oh yeah,
that was really cool.
So it kept,
at first I was like, it threw me off.
Yeah,
I was like, why is this
there's
different?
Something wrong with it.
Yep.
Like that's like this is and
But then you see him
watching it. This film I was watching in my Vision Pro and on the plane, and so like and it was dark in there. So then I thought maybe it was like exposure adjustment because sometimes it adjusts some stuff automatically based on the exposure of like the room. And I was like, wait, no. And I was like, and then it did it again. And I was like, wait. And then he takes his glasses off and I was like, oh, I see.
That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a different trick.
Mm-hmm.
As far as camera movement, I think it's interesting, or I say interesting choices on the way, like a good choice and like the way, just very like kind of fluid handheld shots and the normal stuff, and then gets a little chaotic handheld stuff for turbulence and the chaos and stuff. And then, but in a lot of like the sexual tension stuff, like it was just like static frame, which I think also adds to the tension. Like, right, like if the camera's not moving, like it's just kind of allows you to sit there with what's happening, and I think also helps with that. So
definitely. My only other thing is, few times they do this thing I think is also really cool where it's like extreme close up on someone's face and then does like a zoom out from there, like a slow pull out. Just a cool choice that I don't see done a whole lot in that particular way, so I like that too.
And then I had another note about the color, like after the death, they definitely like desaturated it more. Pulled the warmth down. Didn't go like full cool, but like just feel like it brought it down to
not changing the color, but just
like
taking out the color,
just to kind of, I think, drain that like, because he's the one that brought a lot of life to that grate, even though before he was there. But anyway, just something I noticed.
That's cool.
All right. Like I said, we don't really. Do you have some notes on the needle drops, maybe? The music?
No. I mean, the Rolling Stones song he plays is great. Great album too that he talks about. It's funny. I don't remember why it was there, but that vinyl is in the pool with it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't remember why. Like it was there, or does he throw it, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was funny. That was only needle drop, but there are a few moments where there's score.
Yeah.
And it sucks I don't have anyone to credit because the score was great, like very few moments, but it sounded very old Hollywood orchestral type score. But like specifically, like it sounds like it was like a score that would be in like a 1950s Italian film. Yeah, it was great, but just very few moments of it. So I don't know who did it, but yeah. Shout out to you, whoever did.
All right, so themes and messages. What do you?
So I was having trouble coming up with something,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this is kind of a
Something.
yeah, this is something. Yeah, we'll see if at least this was my interpretation of kind of an overall theme of this film is even if you've known someone a long time, do you really know them and their true nature?
Okay, I can see that.
Because I mean, pretty much all these people
Have like kind of like a deeper layer of like
Yes.
motivation that you really aren't sure about.
Yep.
And it's not the surface motivation that they're exposing.
Yep.
Like that and that part again, I think to Luca's credit is, I think, the nuance that he probably brings as a director to this performance. Because even I think Dakota Johnson, even though, like we said, she always feels out of place in the movie she's in. Like she does, like she still that nuance is there even in her performance. You know? So which is why like it's like I don't, circling back to that again. It's like I don't want to say she's a bad actor, because that's why I think I think she can actually do good acting, which is like that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
But she just always feels out of place, and it's I don't know what that is. It's just like this awkwardness of
I don't know. It's like the complete opposite of Ralph Fiennes, because he's so good and he feels so natural and feels like this is literally this person. Like you don't think of Ralph Fiennes at all. Like you're just like this, like he embodies this person, whoever he plays.
Yeah,
and it's so good and natural. And then she's like complete opposite.
She's like the same.
It's always Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, it is Dakota Johnson playing the. That's true. That is true.
It's
But yeah. Anyway, what I put was, it's about people trying to drown their past in this, coastal paradise, but only realize that they can't escape it.
Yeah. Very true.
It's always coming for you. That past. All right, should we look a little bit of trivia?
Yeah.
So this is something I thought about because Marianne's concert scene was filmed in Milan at the San Siro Stadium, home to Serie football clubs, and
I was wondering about this too.
AC Milan. They shot the scene in front of 70,000 people during the show of Italian rock star Lorenzo Giovannotti.
Okay. That makes sense because
it says Tilda Swinton has a mutual friend with Giovannotti, so they asked him if he could lend his crowd for 15 minutes, and the audience was asked to shout Marianne Lane before. Yep. Yeah, so it's funny because that's one of those things where like, especially when I saw the budget, I was like, how did they?
Yeah, I know.
It's like they had to just like piggyback off of something that existed. Yeah,
for sure. Because I was like, this looks very real. I'm like, this is not CG. Like she's actually there in this huge crowd. Yeah, that's great. And that's the best way to do it, because if it was just like CG, like it would just not look. But yeah, if you just hit up a friend of yours that's in the middle of a show, just film it there. It's best case scenario in all ways. Like it looks the best, but also the cheapest.
Yep. So the four actors, the main cast, the director, and Italian film crew were stuck together for 8 weeks on this shoot. And they said Matthias felt uncomfortable and trapped. Tilda was calm and later described as like an extended family holiday. And then Ralph Fiennes loved their individual houses built into the rocks and didn't want to leave.
It's funny you're saying the actor that plays Paul and Tilda Swinton, because the way they felt in the shoot is a complete opposite of their roles in the film. True.
Ralph Fiennes told he accepted the role of Harry when he received the screenplay, and it was written that in a few minutes down the film, his character would express himself through dancing. He had never been asked to do that before, so he said yes and thank you. Also, I forgot to mention, the scene where then they go to that restaurant that's like just a hole in the wall on the
and then the
side of
karaoke.
Yep.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and this was all shot on the island of Pantelleria, Italy. Let's see. Initially, Tilda Swinton didn't want to do this movie, not this one, nor others, due to the recent death of her mother. She ended up changing her mind and proposed the idea of the one unable to speak into the establishment story of ancient his new lives through. Okay, so that wasn't part of it. Not only was as a twist to ramp up to the tension between the characters, but also so we have exploring the possibilities of silence and a portrait of a character surrounded by noise of others.
Okay,
that's cool. Yeah, it was good, interesting, very unique dynamic.
Definitely.
So the director, screenwriter, and actress Tilda Swinton said that Marianne Lane is a mix of David Bowie, Patti Smith, PJ Harvey, Peaches, Joanna Jett, and Rosalind Murphy.
Yeah.
Joan Jett, yeah.
Those first two, for sure. Like, that's what she looked like the most when she was on stage. Very much David Bowie.
Ralph Fiennes' dancing scene was shot in one day. The actor had the song on his iPod and would dance to it in his free time.
Yeah. Great scene.
Luca said he said at the Venice Film Festival in September, he had one of his best on-set experiences of his career with the cast of A Bigger Splash. So what do you think the title means, by the way?
I was just thinking about that. I wish they would have came up with a different name, because that's a bad name for this movie, or for a movie anyway. I think then they could have come up with a better name. But I mean, I guess it has to do with when he murders him. I don't know, like. And then the bigger consequences after that, or bigger stakes. I don't know. I just wish this movie was called something else.
Yeah. Well, and then I saw something. I was looking somewhere else. They did a longer edit this.
Oh, really?
Then they called it An Even Bigger Splash.
That's even worse.
Extended cut. The tattoos on Penelope's body are Dakota Johnson's real life tattoos. The director and actress decided not to hide them because Penelope, like Dakota, is not afraid of regretting something that is permanent.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's about it for this.
Cool.
So, yeah. Final thoughts, and what's the next movie?
So final thoughts. I think it's good. I think you should check it out.
Yeah, if you like this type of film, it's definitely.
Yeah. I mean, if you like Lucas films, you should watch it. Like it is very much his kind of through line he does through all of his films.
Yeah.
Definitely has that feel. I don't know. Did you look to see?
I forgot to put it in. Yeah, I forgot to put it in. What you
let me see. Yeah. It is Call Me by Your Name is next.
Nice. Well,
have you heard of that one?
I have heard of it, but I've not seen it yet. What about you guys? Have you seen A Bigger Splash and have thoughts or opinions on it and like to share with us? Please do. You can do that by sending us an email at feedback@screentimepod.com or leave a comment or DM. And if We appreciate all you who like and subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And please, if you will, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And if you'd like to follow each of us on Instagram, I'm at JYoungBar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right. Catch you guys next time.